Hey there Internet, Keav here, and welcome to the Cars and Keav YouTube channel. In this video, we're going over the Essential Washer Foam Cannon. How good is it? Is it their own design? Is it a catalog product from the Chinese factories? Essential Washer, their thing is that most people really like them is because they tend to use higher grade materials. But none of it is kind of a new thing. The McKillans and many other spray guns use this exact same design. Same with the hose. This is almost a clone of an NTM Cobra Jet hose. Has that swivel, we have the stainless steel connectors. This piece, the smooth jacket, I mean, if you put them side by side on the picture, you would think they're the exact same thing. And the same with the foam cannon. The manifold is the exact same manifold as the Chemical Guys, except for the hole on this one is slightly smaller. I'm wondering if they'll give it a little bit better foam because the Chemical Guys was not good at foam. Now, it has the exact same nozzle as a Suprance. It is literally the exact same thing. The difference between them is where the notch on the manifold is for the fan change. So this does go horizontal, vertical, but it doesn't loop in a circle and keep going that way. You have up, down. Very nice notch, the tension is amazing on this. The nozzle part is a little bit looser, so your fan spray from the stream to the wide spray fan, you know, if you hit it on a cart or you moved it around, that setting could change and move. I really like the bottle, the design, how it's flared at the bottom. A lot of them out there are like this, but this one seems to flare a little more in. The collar is much thinner in the middle, which allows you to be able to grab the bottle from a really good position. Say if you have a big bottle with a handle on it, yes, you're handling it from the bottle, but the top is very heavy. So the more you can move your hand towards the neck, it's very secure. Now that flared bottle gives you really good balance. One of the better balanced foam cannons out there. It weighed in at 22 ounces, which is on the heavier side of most of the foam cannons. The markings are really good. They're denominated 50 milliliters a time, but at the 1,000 milliliter mark, I weighed the liquid in the water at that point, and it came out to 950 milliliters. So it's off by 50 milliliters. So off by 5%. So if you truly did get one of these, I would fill it up. So the 1,000 mark is here. I would fill up to kind of the middle of that there. That's probably gonna get you right at that 1,000 milliliters. Now the bottle and cap are nothing special. The suction tube is just your normal stiff kind of tube with the filter at the bottom. The problem is these filters are so big that they don't really sit in that corner very well and you don't suck up all the liquid. The top has no gasket. I see no rubber, diaphragm or anything to kind of keep it from leaking. It doesn't seem like the threads match the cap. When you put it on, even when you get all the way to the point that it's tense, if you pull back from tension just a little bit, look how much play. And when you pull it all the way and then you crank it down, it's one side, it's slightly lopsided, like it's not fully engaged. I did check leak when I pulled it over. It did not leak when it did that, but it's not very confidence inspiring. It's very easy to just slightly pull it up and then get completely off kilter. So the Suprance will not work on the Essential Washer bottle because it'll over torque and pop out every single time. Essential Washer on the Suprance bottle, we get a really good seal. I mean, look how much more stable that is. Really nice, tight seal. Now with that bottle, they say that it's see-through. It kind of is. It's not fully solid. It's not transparent. It's just like halfway in between. But the problem is the angle of the bottle. Once you get past this angle and meet this corner right here and you start going at the more of a slant, it's very difficult to judge or see liquid here unless you're using, a darker color soap like we're going to use with the Incredible Suds here in a minute. Another slight disappointment is the 1/4 inch quick connect they use. It's kind of like what the MTM PF22.2 uses, and the Griots uses these 1/4 inch ones that you have to use Teflon tape, or like the Griots, they come basically already threaded with thread lock. You can't get these off by hand. They have to be much tighter to not leak. Unlike, say, the exact same manifold. I mean, look at them. They're the same thing, except this is the brass and this is the nickel plated brass. Now this one, since it has an O-ring, it just screws right in. Now I tried to use this on this manifold. The thread does not work, which kind of sucks. Just one of those many little details that I look at. That turn knob on top, it's the usual suspect. If you grip hard, it's going to rip into your fingers. It does come with an orifice and a extra filter. The problem with mine is the unit had a 1.1 millimeter orifice installed, and in the bag was a 1.1 millimeter orifice. So I grabbed the 1.25 from my last phone Canon. So we'll do both of those. We'll do 1.25 on the active, and then we'll switch it out for 1.1 on the Greenworks. I have so many of these, it doesn't bother me, but if you was your first phone Canon purchase and you had an active and you got one of these and you had the 1.1 in the bag and a 1.1 in this, that would kind of suck, because some people don't have an amp meter. They have no idea. Oh wow, look at this amazing styrofoam phone, but I'm running 16 amps on a 15 amp motor, on a 15 amp circuit in my garage. If I turn the lights on, I might trip the breaker. So one big change to the foam Canon reviews, we've used G-Technic W4 Citra foam for every single foam Canon review to keep it controlled. But I ran out and I don't want to wait on getting any more, and I really don't want to buy any more. I want to continue with the incredible suds. Cars with Keav will get you 10% off on the website. The biggest difference between the two is they both, for the dilution ratios that I use, produce the same amount of foam. 100 milliliters is what I use for the G-Technic and foam Canon, roughly a little less than 3 ounces. And then with the incredible suds, I use 1 ounce or one pump of this. So this is the G-Technic W4 bottle, completely cleaned it out, put my incredible suds in there because I love these jerry cans that they have. They're much shorter, they fit in my shelf better with this top. Now one little pump of the assembly here gives you exactly 30 milliliters. So that's almost 1 ounce. 33 milliliters is an ounce, so we're pretty close. We give one really good pump. So here's the leaking that I'm talking about. This is $60. This is kind of in that mid-range, maybe slightly a little bit higher up. So I don't know if this is really close to worth that $60, material-wise it is. But we'll find out with the foam, but the cap, the thread, those are kind of big downers for this kind of price level. 60 bucks maybe is worth it if it has really, really good foam. We're fixing to find out. We're already off to kind of a bad start. You shake this bad boy up, it starts leaking out of everywhere. So we're trying to get it, you know, nice and shook, but it just wants to leak. But man, it leaks a lot. That's really just a bit too runny for my liking. With an Active 2.0, it should do really well with foam, but this is kind of what I was expecting because it's kind of the performance I got with the chemical guys. It wasn't really that good. This is the Greenworks on full max. Same setting, same dilution ratio. Now that's what we're looking for right there. So you saw the 1.25 was just not the right fit for this manifold. So the Active 2.0 really isn't the right fit for this foam Canon. But if you have a Greenworks, a Ryobi, a Karcher, or Portland, any of those, with the 1.1, this should foam really, really well. Well, there we go. My description for this foam Canon would be hit or miss. All foam Canons will foam. There's different varying levels of foam. You just have to adjust your soap dilution ratio. But if you got a foam Canon and you're having to keep pumping soap, more soap, more soap, more soap, that's costing you money and it's wasting your time. For foam 7.0, that is the default score. That's the fact that it did not do well with the active, but it did with the 1.1. I mean, 1.1 works on just about everything. Bottle got a 7.8. Like, it has great things. The bottle, the thread, maybe not. I consider that part of the neck more than the bottle. It's got a great ergonomic design. Function got a 6.8 because there isn't a whole lot of really cool things other than, you know, you can do your vertical and your horizontal. Cost is 5.0 because it's 60 bucks. Quality 8.1. It's got a higher score in quality. That's why it's closer to that top 10, because it is nickel plated. It's brass. The plastic's nice. The bottle's kind of nice. All those things factoring. Now, innovation 6.3. Not a whole lot going on here innovation wise, other than a slightly better balanced bottle. Your average is 6.8. and a 70.8 total score. That puts it at 11. 12 and 13 is the MTMP of 22.2 in the Rain Kovo, 14 McKillen's. If you go back the other way, number 10 Chemical Guys, number 9 PWACCS. So those are the numbers. Use that data for your own informed purchase. Don't forget to check out the links below. Don't forget to check out carswithkeav.com. The spreadsheet will be up there soon. There's many other things there along with some giveaways. There'll be one that I'm fixing to build that cart soon. So don't forget the bloopers next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Then the foam cannon. And the same with the foam cannon. It is, well, it's the closer to the weight. Oh my gosh. That they have at the bottom here, it's not great. Let me show you. Is there a cricket in here? Better be quiet. Quiet! Bottle isn't designed correctly. This sits in the bottom. Shut up! Where are you? Things to kind of stand out. Shut up! Ugh. Quiet. Listen to your machine, the struggles that it's having. He's behind that cabinet and I can't get to him. And I have no idea what I was thinking about. What I was saying, totally forgot.